So Mario Kart World is almost upon us. As I make this sermon, it is mere weeks away. We're all wondering if its open-world design will be flawless, the new gimmicks great, and how the fetch we are supposed to afford the damn game. I am remortgaging the heart chamber, guys. The situation is dire. But it is worth it for a video game where I can race across a savanna as a cataquack. Or more so because I can play as Cow himself on Moo Moo Meadows. A dream come true. Seeing Cow on Moo Moo Meadows made me sob. My inner child is healed. The roster is certified cliff racer swit bonkers. Crazier than a Bosmer on 20 pounds of skooma. We live in a timeline where almost everyone's fan fiction roster they conjured up on MS Paint when they were 12 became a reality. I mean, you can play as a Goomba, and they have no arms. Do they telepathically drive the cart? They have more magicka than a Telvanni sorcerer. Who knew? I thought the scene in the OG Mario movie where the Goombas dance in the elevator would remain the most iconic scene involving Goombas. I was wrong. Also, is it a scorching hot take, hotter than Red Mountain, to think that? Most people would probably say the most iconic scene is something from Paper Mario maybe, or some swit. I don't know, I never played those games, but it sounds like something a Mario elitist would say. Bullet bills fired, I guess. But yeah, the scene in the trailer where Mr. Goomba is gleefully defying the laws of physics by driving the cart is the most iconic Goomba scene now. Jaw-dropping. No Funky Kong, though. So I'm afraid to say I might have to boycott this game. Maybe if Nintendo added him, the price would be justified. He's the DLC. Time to shell out $25 just to play as him. The tracks seem mostly good. The nitros are cool. From a spaceport to a dandelion track to Dry Bones, hometown. Cheap Falls sounds terrifying though. Cheap Cheeps should be called Creep Creeps. I hate the track because it is basically cheap beach, and like Anakin cannot stand sand, I cannot stand that dreaded track. That was pretty clever on my part, because you know, beach and sand and forget it, you get it. Dunno why Desert Hills was such a priority though, but Nintendo are like Daedric princes. They're cool and all, but their motivations are truly unknowable to mortals. Joke's on you. I'm a god, so I know their motivations, but I'm not telling. Dino Jungle being turned into a Jurassic Park track is genius. Although the cynical side of me thinks Nintendo got some sponsorship deal with Jurassic World Rebirth or something. Watch the cast of Rebirth become DLC characters before Diddy Kong. I am warning you guys, it is inevitable. Wario Shipyard is back, but you can't drive underwater because that would be too much fun. Yeah. Underwater driving went the way of the dodo for some reason. Most importantly, the highly requested Toad's Factory and Airship Fortress tracks are back. There was a cheer so loud when they showed up in the trailer that it caused an earthquake more deadly than driving on Grumble Volcano. I am a bit underwhelmed by the lack of Coconut Mall, though. Surely it would make sense in an open-world game to have a mall track that you could explore in free roam, where you could buy overpriced Nintendo memorabilia. Also, why not bring back Koopa Cape and Maple Treeway while you're at it? Overall, the nitros and retros seem solid with a few deeply questionable choices, which made me question my faith in Nintendo. But it wouldn't be Nintendo without the questionable decisions, would it? I'm still not over the friendship code swit. Miyamoto hits the moon sugar a little too hard sometimes. Oh, and gliders are gone because you can fly now, I guess. Finn's line, "They fly now?" from the divisive Rise of Skywalker would be fitting here. You can strap a Boeing 747 to the back of your cart now, pretty much, because why not? I'm gonna jet off to Masser and Secunda for a bit to cool down after getting blue-shelled. Also, you can wall hop with your cart like your Ratchet in Ratchet and Clank. Or well, the mustachioed plumber himself. There is a rewind feature in single-player too, so you can turn back time like your Akatosh wanting a do-over when he makes a bad move in Pokemon TCG. And of course, there is the fact it is open world. I can hear the Ubisoft-itis accusations from a mile away. I can hear the "I thought it would somehow be a story" mode complaints from a mile away. I can hear the "why isn't there a Chibi Robo crossover mission" delusional ramblings from a mile away, all three fans of that franchise screaming at the top of their lungs right outside Dagoth Ur, the building, in fact. Look, the P-switches will be fun distractions, up until you get a phone call where you're told you must kill cow for Yoshi's sadistic burger place. Spec Ops, the line "Eat your heart out," Mario Kart World will be the most harrowing game of all time. Still, they should be fun, and hopefully not tedious bull-netch swit. I am worried about the filler transition tracks or whatever they're called, though. This isn't Euro Truck Nintendo. We don't need 10 hours of driving on a highway while listening to Waluigi's Wild Hits FM. Which, by the way, is Waluigi Pinball on loop pretty much. That actually wouldn't be that bad, come to think of it. But still, don't fetch up that aspect. Battle mode is also back, but I'm not talking about it because I am still infuriated over the lack of Renegade Roundup. And this sermon does not need an aggressive side rant tangent thingamabob. How could you, Nintendo? We trusted you. You were the chosen one. You were sent to destroy the modern disenfranchisement with gaming, not, join it. Bring balance to the kart game niche, not leave it in darkness. I'll stop myself right there like my therapist told me to. I thought filtering my anger through a Revenge of the Sith parody would help me, but I'm still an old angry god. Let's move on. There's also the new knockout mode. Can't wait for a conveniently timed red shell to be the difference between making the cut or not. I bet Dagoth Ur will be behind that red shell, probably playing as Pink Gold Pauline or some swit. Kart parts, try saying that 10 times fast, were also abolished by Nintendo under the arduous Kart Selection Banishment Act of 2025. It's like the Levitation Act, but much better. So no more slogging through part selection for 5 hours every time you want to play Moo Moo Meadows with your family. A welcome change, really, although maybe it'll end up feeling dumbed down. I know I won't miss trying to decipher whether some turquoise wheels have slightly more acceleration than some purple ones. I guess speed runs to start up a versus match will be a lot faster now. I think the world record was 2 hours and 35 minutes previously. Don't question me on that, I am not exaggerating in the slightest, trust me bro. That's pretty much all I have to say about Mario Kart World, other than the fact it may be a tie-in to the next Mario movie, which is apparently called Super Mario World. I think another Rainbow Road scene is in order for the sequel. That reminds me, Rainbow Road is in this game, but I believe it is unlockable. You will have to complete all the Grand Prix Cups to get Rainbow Road. I guess there had to be a trade-off to being able to select your kart so quickly. That time will be spent trying not get a seizure while racing for first place in 200cc instead. A bit of a gargantuan task, Nintendo. And yes, I'm aware you probably won't have to beat the 200cc cups, but all of them on any cc. But my joke still stands. Other than that, Boo Cinema is cinema. I guess it's time to play some Mario Kart 8 Deluxe as we count down the hours, minutes, and seconds until this godly game releases. I just remembered I'll have to get a new Switch again as one of the Ash Slaves knocked it into the lava pit under Akulikon for the billionth time. A hazard of living here, the biggest besides maybe the threat of Cliff Racers and the Nerevarine. Maybe I'll just dust off the Wii, which I haven't played in about 3 days, and play some good old-fashioned Mario Kart Wii. I'll make sure to gush about how underappreciated it is at some point. I also stand by my comments about having Coconut Mall, Koopa Cape, and Maple Tree Way in Mario Kart World, despite appearing in several thousand Mario Kart games at this point. Mario Kart Wii nostalgia hits harder than Orvus Dren accidentally hurling a throwing star at an underling during the Kamonatong Christmas party. Its power needs to be studied, and it could probably fuel 1,000 Dwemer airships, or all the airships in Airship Fortress, of which there is one. But enough rambling, Mario Kart World will probably be one of the greatest games ever made. Anything less than that, and I will rationally boycott Nintendo. Dagoth out. Time to play some OG Moo Moo Meadows on 50cc.